All right, y'all. Before we get this video started, I want to give a shout out. Last week's video, one of the things y'all didn't see while me and my buddy Zach were fishing, we were happening to run into a guy named Bryson Miller. He's a young cat out here in eastern Iowa. He fishes Coralville a lot as well. I know he's done some stuff down in Missouri as well. He's a cool kid. He gave me a shout out on his video, and I didn't know he was going to do that, so I'm going to give him a shout out as well. His name is Bryson Miller. You can find him on YouTube at Bryson Miller Fishing. I'll drop a link down in the description below to his channel, so y'all can go and show him some love and support, the same love and support he showed me. But let's get to the video. All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Had some complications with my fishing trip I had planned, so I couldn't record a video during that. So instead I thought I'd give y'all a little overview of my new rod and reel combo and show y'all how I tie on my SANTEE rigs for drifting and trolling for these catfish. We'll get started with the reel here. As you can see, this is the Cast King Rover 60R. I want to say it's their medium size. They have one that's a 40R, and the other one I believe is a 70 or 90R. I can't remember which one, but it's a bait caster and reel. It's got a gear ratio of 5.3 to 1. It's got the star drag over here, the magnetic brake right here. I already have mine set to where it prevents backlash, well, I'll say it reduces the risk of them. I've had a couple of bird nests pop up on this. Nothing too severe, you know. It also has the bait clicker as well, right there, to where if you're anchored up and you just want to cast out and, you know, you want to be able to hear versus see, you don't want to set a bail on the end or anything like that, you know. And it is currently mounted to is Berkley Big Game Power Series catfish pole. It's a 7-foot rod, medium heavy rod that I got from Walmart for $25. I paid just over $42 tax and all for the reel. And so all in all, I'm in this for less than 70 bucks, which is very, very affordable. So far it's actually done very well for me. Spooled up from my main line. You can see I already got a bit of a backlash going. Spooled up from my main line is Cast King 30-pound monofilament line. I got a spool of it off of Amazon, off the Cast King, their actual store on Amazon. It was 700, I want to say it was 768 yards of it. They had it originally for $9.99, but they had a 50% coupon on there that I clicked on. So I got this for $5. 768 yards of 30-pound line. And let me tell you, it may look thin. I don't know how well y'all can see that. It may look thin, but I will tell you now, this is strong. When I was out fishing this weekend, I wound up getting a snag. There was a, with the water level being up, there was a large piece of debris at the bottom. I wound up getting snagged up on it. I think it was either a stump or some kind of log based off of what I seen on the fish finder. And I didn't even have to use my trolling motor. I just reeled myself over the top of it using this right here, and this main line didn't break or anything like that. I was able to get my whole setup back. But that's enough about the rod and reel. Y'all see a lot more of it as I continue to fish with it. Hopefully we'll see some nice catfish caught on it. I'm finna get down into showing y'all how to set up my SANTEE rig. Giving y'all. All right, y'all, we're gonna get started. I got my spool of this out. It's recording. It is a Cast King Destron. I was wrong, it's 798 yards. You can see right there, 30 pound neon green monofilament main line. So you get almost 800 yards, and I paid $5. Normal price is $9.99, which still ain't very bad. One of the things I like it, so it has very, very low memory. Very low memory. I love that. This right here is my spool. You can't see it, but it's Andy's Monster 50 pound monofilament. And next time, I believe I'm going to go with Cast King. Hope if their 50 pound is like their 30 pound. Because this right here, I don't know how well y'all can see it, but it is so, I don't know if it's just because it's thick, but to me it's so stiff. It's got very, very little play. Like, it doesn't want to fold up. And then you take this right here, and it just folds up so much better, so much thinner. Granted, I know it's 20 pounds different, but here I have some Trilene 30 pounds that I got from Walmart. And let me get the end off of this real quick. We'll see if y'all can see the difference I'm talking about here. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but y'all can see this is much thicker, and just by feeling of it, I can feel it as well. This Trilene is much thicker than this Cast King. So, Cast King has very low memory, very, I guess I want to say pliable, very easy to handle, very easy to tie knots with. It has just been a breeze to work with, but it is also very, very strong. So that's my main line. I've showed y'all my leader material. Now, there are more than one ways to skin a cat. So there are more than one way, there's more than one way to type a SANTEE rig. Especially when it comes to your float device. For example, right here, I have some Catfish Sumo heavyweight champions. They come in crappie, sunfish, and shiner. Okay, I'll pull one of them out to show y'all. I think I'm gonna go with this sunfish right here. It is very nice. Got a little rattle in it. I don't know if you can hear that. Hopefully you can. I like the prismatic design down the side. It catches the light and reflects it really well. Normally, so I'll give y'all a little tip. For anybody who fishes lures similar to this for bass fishing, you know, like a popper or a walker, mainly top water. What a lot of people don't realize is while that thing's on the top, that is all you're going to see of that lure. Is the bottom. Okay? It doesn't matter from halfway up. It doesn't matter if it's got eyes, the black, and this could be pink, purple, green, yellow. It could be clear. It won't matter. That bass won't see it because the whole time it'll be working just like that on the water, doing its thing. That bass will be looking at it from the bottom up. Catfish is different. This is going to be down on the bottom and it'll be in. Now, granted, a lot of the colors will get muted when it's on the bottom, but one of the things I think that'll help, especially in some, I'm gonna say muddy, shallow waters where it's muddy, visibility is low, but it is still shallow enough where some light can get down there. These reflective sides right here, or hopefully while it's going down through there, will reflect and shine and cause a little sparkle under there. It catches that catfish eye, makes him want to kind of investigate. And the rattle as well, so he'll be able to see it, hear it. You'll have the cut bait on there or the chicken or whatever you want to use. He'll be able to smell it, taste the water. So hopefully we'll hit on just about every sense we can that'll cause him to want to come in and hit this bait. But what I mean by more than one way is I have caught catfish on this right here as well. Just a simple little cigar style peg float. You can leave them this color, you can paint them black. You can get them and paint them any color you want. Bring it brown, red, blue, pink, purple, it doesn't matter. Okay? These will still catch catfish. I just tend to like these a little bit because they float my bait up a little bit better. I can put a little bit bigger bait on the same hook and it'll float it up just bigger. Whereas this one, if I'm planning on using some tiny shad and all I happen to catch it there are some bigger shad, well, I'm gonna have to cut that bigger shad into small pieces because this right here might not float them bigger pieces up off the bottom quite as well. So I use these bigger ones. Now these I can tell you just based off of feel. You can watch this. Stiff, 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 and then you get up here, you're able to squeeze it all the way down. It's just filled with beads. So this actually has a very slight rattle to it. I can tell already it's just full of little bitty lead or steel beads sealed off on the bottom here with a you can tell this is just heat shrink tube. There's a barrel swivel right there with a snap on it. Okay, now normally I would prefer to do this with some 3-way swivels, but I ran out. So I'm going to show you how to do it with just a regular barrel swivel. You ain't got to get all fancy and everything. This will still work just fine. This is a Gamakatsu 8/0 offset a little bit circle hook. Normally I like to use an octopus circle hook, but they're kind of few and far between where I'm at. Hard to find without ordering them online. These work just fine. I have caught catfish on these all the same. So you don't have to be the octopus, and the only difference is the octopus is that eye will be bent backwards at a little bit of an angle. So all right, we're finna get into tying this up. I'm gonna show y'all the 2 main knot styles I use and talk to you about some others you can use. We're finna get into it. All right, hand me that main line. It fell again.
Is it possible that it's at like 9 minutes already?
Mm-hmm. Oh. All right, y'all. So first things first. Got my 30-pound main line here, my barrel swivel, and I'm gonna tie this on with just a very simple yet very strong Palomar knot. You take your end down, just like this, kind of flatten it, but you don't want to crimp it. You don't want to put any bends or anything in there. You want to try to keep everything smooth as you can. Feed that through just like that. Hold on, let me pull some. There we go. Get some more length in this. All right. You get it like that. You get it pulled through. Now, first thing you're going to do is basically just a very simple overhand knot to start. Okay, you get this tucked down in through here. You get to pulling it tight. Now, before you pull it completely tight, what you want to do, okay, so you got your main line coming off here. Here's your loop. Here's your overhand knot. You want to take this barrel swivel right through the middle of that loop. Now, hold both this and your tag in. Pull it to about right there. I usually lick mine a little to get it wet because you don't ever want to tie a dry knot. Pull it down tight. And bam. Just like that, you're done. Now, if you want, you can throw a couple extra overhand knots on there. If you want, just for peace of mind, but I can tell you this right now. If y'all watch, this is a very, very strong knot. Ooh, I almost cut myself. All right. So now I'm going to take my little pliers here, my little nippers on them. Put that down in there. Pull that off, cut that tag end off, and there you go. Now that's done. Now, I'm going to tie on the main part of my leader. Can't do a Palomar, and because of how stiff this line is, the only real one I can do is an improved clinch knot. So you get it out to about right here, you slide your line through the eye of that swivel, double it over like that, and then you just twist. Now, I've watched other YouTube videos before, and they'll sit there and tell you to twist it 7 times. Well, 7 to 8 times. Well, is that 7 to 8 half or 7 to 8 full? From now on, I will tell y'all this. If you ever hear me say twist it this many times, I'm talking full times. So we're going to go, there's a half. 1. Ooh, struggle. Hold on, y'all. I am left-handed, okay? You're going to have to forgive me. All right. 1. Y'all see what I mean by this stuff being that stiff? 1, 2. I'm only going to do mine 4 for the video, but 3, 4. All right. Now take that tag in. You stick it through the loop at the very bottom, and then bring it back through this loop. Okay. Now here I'm gonna go ahead with it. All right, there we go. So I've got it to where I ain't got to worry about that tag and working its way back out. You pull it on down tight, just like that. There you go. Now this one, I wouldn't actually cast out because I've only done it 4 times. But I didn't feel like fighting it all that much on this video. That's why I say I'm probably going to step away from this Andy's line. There. Now, we'll put this one on. Now, I'm sure it doesn't matter, you know, which way you have the eye facing. Okay? I'm sure it doesn't matter, really. To me, it kind of just gives me a little bit of an added peace of mind. I figure the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to have my eye looking at my bait. Because I think most fish try to eat their prey head first. It's going to see the eye. It's going to try to come down here towards the head of it to eat it head first. And I'm hoping if it does come in after this, instead of the cut bait, it'll also get that cut bait in there. Especially if it's a big old, 15+ pound blue or even a flathead, especially. It'll have that big mouth, so it goes to suck this in right whenever that lure or this demon dragon goes to turn into it. Hopefully it'll bring that main line, the rest of the main line with that hook right into its mouth and get him caught up. So this one right here is the same thing. Improved clinch. I do improved clinch all through all these. Okay? This one's so much easier. Y'all see that? You ain't dealing with that small one. I mean, look at that. We already got, bam. We're up to about 7. I'm going to back it off a little bit, actually. I can feel how tight that's getting. So, I'm going to slide this right through there. Come over. Grab that tag in. Wet it up real good. And you pull from your main line. Pull from your main line. There we go. See that? Now you take this, clip your tag end off. Ooh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Thought I was pulling my knot undone, but I was just pulling or twisting it a little. There you go. There you go. Now, I'm gonna pull me out. About 8 inches, I think. Think that'll do it. Yeah. About 8 inches. Some more of my later material. There we go. So now, I'm gonna take this. You gotta pin that up there with this line. It is so annoying. There we go. Run it through there, bring it around, grab it. Oh, I messed up somewhere. Hold on. All right. Bring it through here. Run it through. There we go. Got it that time. Jesus. It is difficult to fight this 50-pound line at times. So now for our hook. I've thought about doing a snail hook, but it's hard enough to tie this line on as it is. So I'm going to go again with the improvised clutch, but you can do a snail hook. I would never do what they call the easy or the simple snail hook, just because anytime you get a little bit of slack in your line, it runs a risk of backing off and undoing itself. But yeah, it can, sometimes it acts like it wants to untie itself. And while I've never had it untie itself on me before, I'm not willing to take any unnecessary risks, especially, you know, you get you a go 40, 50 pounder on there. The last thing you want to be worried about is, hey, is my daggum oh, well, I just messed that up. The last thing you want to be worried about when you got that fish on there fighting is, hey, is that knot I tied on my hook finna come undone? But there you go. All in all, I've got this set up about 2 foot long, and y'all can see you got the swivel and the hook about 2 foot long. And I put my little demon dragon about 2/3 of the way. Okay? Now, next thing you want to do, and here's the crucial part. So you have your main line, your leader material, your barrel swivel. If you ain't got a 3-way swivel, I'm going to show you what you do. You take and you feed this right through the same eye as your main line. Y'all have to remember that, your main line. You see that? The reason being is it allows this side over here to freely spin. So when that fish is on there and it's fighting, no, let me twist this up and you'll see. There you go. You see how it's spinning still? When that fish is on there and it's fighting and it's rolling, especially when you get some of these bigger blue cats and they love to roll, you want this barrel swivel to be able to spin freely. If this weight was right here, it would not be able to spin freely. Your main line would, but your main line is not really what you're concerned about. You want this to be able to spin freely. But there y'all go, y'all. But there you go, y'all. I've got my SANTEE rig tie it up. And just like that, we are ready, to go and do some fishing, y'all. I will see y'all next weekend where I will have a bit of a special surprise for y'all. Something that I really hope you'll enjoy. We'll have a little bit of a special guest with me. And we're going to be at a different spot. We will not be on the Coralville Reservoir again. Y'all want to find out where? Tune in next week to find out where we're going to be and who I'm going to be with. Until then, y'all take care. I'll catch you later.